Right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Ba'Hasham Yahushai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching His word in all sincerity and truth. Yeah. Okay, stream's alright. Shalom to you brothers out there that's listening and learning, supporting the ministry, and to the sisters as well that's doing the same. I just wanted to respond, to a few comments. Defend the gospel, defend the truth. It's not personal. It just is what it is. Let me bring this character up, man. It's kind of a funny character, man, but I can already see what his end is gonna be. It's a damn shame, but hey, not everyone can make it on this side. It's just, it is what it is. Alright. I'm doing something. I'm doing something. I'll be out in a bit. Right. Yeah. This character here, destroyer of the Gentiles, man. He's a funny character, man. He's got a video here called King Solomon's Strange Pussy Bastards and Transgression. Starts ranting.
But first, we gotta make sure all understand there is no mixing with these other nations. You understand? Now, the name of this lesson is going to be King Solomon, Strange Pussy, Bastards, and Transgression.
Alright, okay. Alright, so I mean basically this guy is teaching that if your mother is a heathen and your father is an Israelite, you're basically not an Israelite. Which is madness. Okay, which is absolute madness. And just want to go through a few of these things and touch on it, because these guys, they all have to admit that their reasoning that you have to have an Israelite mother to be an Israelite doesn't add up, because a third of the whole tribe of Israelite, we know 100% comes from Shelah, the family of the Shelonites, right? The family of the Shelonites. Now Shelah's mother was a Canaanite. We know that Moses' sons had a heathen mother, and they're all recorded as Israelites. We know that Manasseh and Ephraim had an Egyptian mother. that's two patriarchs within Israel right there. We know that Rehoboam, which was Solomon's son, his mother was an Ammonitess, and he sat as king in Israel. So, and the scripture never said in regards to Rehoboam that he was a bastard or nothing like that. Rehoboam was an Israelite, man. He was an Israelite. He was a son. He was the son of his father, right? And he had claim to the throne because of that. He had inheritance to the throne because of who his father was. I mean, it's not rocket science. Now, are we supposed to be marrying and exalting the women of these other nations into a position of an Israelite woman? No. But that's not what these guys are trying to even insinuate. They're literally saying that if your mother is an Israelite, then basically you ain't got no inheritance and you have no part in this, which is blasphemy. Because as long as your father is an Israelite, you have an inheritance in Israel. You are of the seed of Israel. That means you are of the promises of Israel. That means this gospel is for you. And basically, for them to insinuate that if your mother's not an Israelite, then you're not an Israelite, what they're basically doing is they're trying to turn away the children from the father, which is a serious penalty. All right, you can't be doing that. All right. But anyway, I'm gonna go through some of this stuff here. So he did some replies here. bro, I am teaching the law, the Heavenly Father, not playing games, because one has broken the law does not mean the law is disannulled. So what we're talking about right here is whether or not you are an Israelite. That's what I was talking about. Whether or not the seed or the progeny of an Israelite man and an Israelite woman is an Israelite. And there's no law stating that they are not and they don't have an inheritance with Israel. Alright, all Israel were always numbered after the father. Alright, the Lord separated the seeds of Adam according to men. There's no such thing as being half of one and half of another. That would be confusion. In fact, that would mean that there really is no tribes, because you had Israelite men who would deal with women from a different tribe. So does that mean that their children were mixed, were of more than one tribe? No, your tribe is of your father. You're counted by the house of your fathers, and that's the basic principle that we're trying to be out here. But these guys are trying to, bring in some confusion. It says Matthew 5:17 and 18. We know that about the law still stands and all that. You know these things, but if you wish to have a godly recourse, blah blah blah. No. I'm not going to talk to this guy on the phone. Okay, this guy's bugged out. All right, that is a waste of my time. I want to get down to this point before I get these scriptures that he dropped. Right, he made this comment, bro. You know there was no written law at that time. Whether or not there was a written law at that time, okay, what we're talking about is whether or not having a heathen mother makes you a mixed seed, right? If that makes you a mixed seed, seed is in the flesh. If that makes you a mixed seed, then that's what it is. That's regardless of the law or not. Just like we know that if your father's Israelite, you're an Israelite. That is what it is. That is reality. There is no time when that was never the case. Okay. Once the Lord separate the seed is separated, man, and the seed is separated by men. I don't get it, man. But they basically trying to confuse the whole thing about having heathen wives and the children, which is two different things. Just like we have no account of any Hebrews before Moses wearing fringes and keeping Day of Atonement, or even keeping their beard, because of fearing the pleasing of Yahweh. So technically, I must say no. But of course, so technically, he's admitting right here that Shelah was not a mamzer. All right. So what is he talking about? It shows you these people are bugged out. Okay. But of course, after the Exodus, the Most High began the institution of the law, as in things never before commanded. All right, but where is it saying in the scriptures that if your mother's a heathen, that you're not going to have an inheritance? It's not in there. Yeah, he's talking a bunch of madness there. But I want to get these scriptures that they pull out and then get down to the meat of the matter, showing you how bugged out these guys are and why you can't follow these guys, man. These guys, these are feral. I call them feral Israelites. They're wild. These feral Israelites, they know a little bit. They know they're Israelites, but they're wild, man. They're not under the discipline of Yahweh Shai. So these guys, they start foaming out the mouth and teaching all kind of madness, man. They're feral. You got to stay away from them guys, man. All right, they're going to get you destroyed, man, because they're not the men of the Lord. They're just Israelites, man. And being an Israelite don't make you a man of the Lord, all right? Now, he said this. I guess the Most High, just talking for himself, Deuteronomy 7:2-3. So let's read Deuteronomy 7:2-3. Deuteronomy 7, and we're gonna read verse 1 and down to 3. It says, when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it. So this is talking about the conquest of the land of Canaan. And I've cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them. So what we were supposed to do in terms of the Canaanites that were living in the land of Canaan was we were supposed to go in there and totally destroy them. We weren't supposed to make no covenant with them or nothing like that. We were just meant to destroy them. That was the judgment of the Lord. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them, Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Right? So we were supposed to destroy them Canaanites. For what reason? Why? Because the children were going to be mixed seeds? No, 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 no. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. So why would the anger of the Lord be kindled against them? Because they had some strange pussy? No. Grow up. Yeah, it would be kindled against them because of the idolatry. Yeah? You understand? Because them Canaanites were some crazy ass heathens, man. Alright? So it never said nowhere here that the children of them don't go, because the children are going to be mixed seeds and all this crazy shit. No, it's not. Alright, it's not. Them dudes were hardcore idolaters, and the Lord didn't want us mingling with them, period, point blank, period. Lest their ways be taken on by us. Now, that was that. Let's go back to this comment. So that was Deuteronomy 7:2-3. Alright, and I want to just show you that it is in the law that you can have a concubine. Now, what's a concubine? A concubine is like a secondary wife. It's like which the word wife just means woman. It's a woman of lower stature within the household. Basically a sex slave. Right, now Deuteronomy 21:10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to wife, which the word wife just means woman, meaning you want that woman. Thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after thou shalt go in unto her and her husband, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Right now, is these enemies talking about Israelites? No, these are talking about heathens. But the woman becomes your wife, but she becomes a secondary wife, which is known as a concubine. Alright, and it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. Alright, so it's actually in the law that we can take the women of these other nations as well. But the law had the Lord gave a specific commandment as towards the Canaanites when we were conquering specifically the Canaanites. Alright, now he mentioned Judges. So you just have to have a little bit of understanding. That's all it is. Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, and it goes a long way. Oh man, let me get Joshua. Bro, that quality looks terrible. Just check, see if this is, maybe it's just showing up like that. Okay, it's still good. Okay. Alright, alright, where was I? Let's get this account here in Joshua. This guy is crazy, man. Right, Joshua 23:12. Else, if you do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you, know for certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before thee, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from off the good land which the Lord God hath given you. So again, this is talking about making marriages with them same nations that the Lord spoke about in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter. Right? Nowhere in the scripture does it say that the product of those marriages if the father's an Israelite, the son is not an Israelite. That's not what it's talking about, my man. All right, and this is the issue. Now this is Judges 11, and we already covered this in the previous video. Now, Judges 11 is not necessarily talking about a heathen woman. It's talking about a prostitute, a harlot. And even if it was talking about a harlot, Jephthah, who was the product of Gilead and a harlot, all right, Jephthah became a judge in Israel. Yeah. So yes, his brethren sought that he would not have an inheritance because he wasn't from the same mother as them. But the Lord had it where Jephthah not only became the head of the house, but also became a judge in Israel. So I don't know if the guy read the whole book, the whole chapter or what, but you need to go back and read that whole chapter. All right. So you're telling me the Lord raised up a mixed seed, something which is a bastard according to you, that has no inheritance, to be a judge in Israel? Okay, you could believe that if you want. All right, it's ridiculous. So we dealt with that. And what about Judges 11 and 2? Blah blah blah. No games. Him becoming head has nothing to do with how nor why he was played like he was in the first place. I mean, what? Him becoming head has nothing to do with how nor why he was played like he was in the first place. He was played like he was in the first place because them niggas was wicked, man. Alright? Otherwise the Lord wouldn't have raised him up. It was the Lord that raised him up to be a judge and to become the head. Why? Because he was an Israelite, man. He was his father's son. Solomon's son sat king. Then the Most High took all shit. First of all, the kingdom was split because of Solomon's transgression, and that manifested in his son. But regardless of what you got to say, is Solomon's son. And he was king, and he was an Israelite, and he's recorded in the genealogy of Israel because he's an Israelite. Case closed. Then he's got the whole Ezra, why were they both, their wives and children, cast out? Because them children were raised in the way of the heathens, man. If their father was an Israelite, they were Israelites. I don't see what is so hard to understand. Nehemiah 13 tells you it was a trespass that was committed. Yeah, of course it was a trespass. They were marrying the nations that the Lord told them not to marry, and had them intermingling among them like say they were Israelites too, but they weren't. They had the wives. They weren't Israelites, man. And then they had them coming in among them. They were giving their daughters over to the heathen men, and they were bringing children, and they were treating them children like they were Israelites when they weren't. If your father's not an Israelite, you're not an Israelite, man. The seeds are separated through patriarchy. I don't understand what's wrong with these people, man. Alright? These people are absolutely crazy, man. But let me just lay down what it is. I'm going to read this real quick, then I'm going to get to a point. Matthew 25:1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Because the Lord was never supping with them. They never had the oil. They never had the light. They never had the understanding, man. Even though we're trying to give them the understanding now beforehand, they're not receiving it. They're not trimming. They're not trimming their lands. They're not taking no oil. They don't have discernment, man. They don't have the understanding of these scriptures. That's why they come with these wayward doctrines, man, and these heresies. And they're going to be destroyed for it. And my thing is, guys like this, man, if you follow a guy like this, man, you ain't going to have no oil either. And in that day, you're going to be destroyed. Now, check this out. Yeah, this guy... In fact, let me read this, man. 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. This dude's bringing in damnable heresies, man. It's a heresy if you're going against the rule of patriarchy, alright, the rule of genealogy, right, because of your own vain opinion, man. That's a damnable heresy, man, because you're trying to X out your own people. Yeah? This is about patriarchy, a seed, a bloodline. If you ain't got no understanding, you ain't got no business teaching, man, because you're going to get yourself destroyed, and you're going to get the people that listen to you destroyed. And it's a very serious thing. What a strange pussy stupidness, man. If you're going to break it down with understanding for the people so that they know and understand. Because you're going to have people out there that he's going to bug out because their mother might be of a certain way, and they'll be like, oh, well, I'm not an Israelite, because and they reject the word because they'll say, oh, I'm not an Israelite. And their blood will be upon your head because you're the one that turned them away. Now, if they're of the elect, they're going to get the message from us anyway. But even if they, of course, they were always destined to not get it. But you played your part. You laid the stumbling block. You're going to have to be destroyed for that. And it's as simple as that. That's why you got to be careful out here, man. Whether or not you be sent or not. If you're not been sent, you really should just shut up and listen. But a lot of guys are trying to play prophet. They're trying to play teacher. Well, okay. We're gonna have to see. But anyway, he then proceeded to mention the 10 tribes. So I wanna go in on that, because that is completely unacceptable, man. All right. He said, now on another note, how you using 2 Esdras 13 to say some stinking Mexicans? Still is emotional, man. Stinking Mexicans came to Americas, when that whole chapter is nothing but a dream Esdras had. Okay. Boy, Jake is too much. So because it was a dream, it wasn't real. Let's see what was said on to Moses. Numbers 12:6. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream.
Powering off.
So because 2 Esdras came to Ezra in a dream, that invalidates what was spoken of in the dream. This is why we tell you, man, you don't follow these guys. These guys are bugged out. Their mind is not right. The elevator don't go all the way up to the top. Now let me keep reading. And what's so crazy disrespectful about it is the chapter is about Hamashiach battling the heathen and redeeming 10 tribes, the northern kingdom. Alright, is the northern kingdom still over there in Samaria? Are they still there? No, they're not. So where are they going to be when the Lord comes? But you niggas, I suppose he's speaking about me, said fuck even mentioning that just so you can teach shit. I don't remember ever not bringing out the fact that's the whole point of prophecy, that the Lord is going to come back and gather together the tribes, including the 10 tribes that were lost. I don't see why would we not even mention that? That's speaking about the last days. We're in the last days now. I don't get it. But like I said, when your mind is defiled, but you actually think you make sense when you don't. Just so you can teach shit that's not even there. Where does it say one thing about ships? Oh boy. Even if it would not have been a dream, boy, use a goddamn devil, no doubt. If I gave you the Mamza argument, which I most assuredly, like the Most High, does not, which I've already proven that a Mamza ain't talking about no Israelite father with a heathen mother, because it's not in the scriptures, okay? You can only bring out scriptures about marriages. You cannot bring a scripture anywhere that said anywhere that this particular man was rejected in Israel because his mother was an Israelite, was a heathen, and his father was an Israelite. Okay, you cannot, when the Most High said, yeah, the Most High rejected Rehoboam because his mother was an Ammonitess. That's not in the scriptures, my man. Okay, you still gonna burn for calling up our people who are no people and lying on the holy scripts to do so. Then you have to be saying Negroes evolved into a whole another stringy goat head, SpongeBob bodied greaseball species. First and foremost, man, a lot of you dumbass Negroes, there were 12 tribes, yeah, and they didn't all have to look exactly the same. Alright, you dumb monkeys. Alright, I'm gonna hit you with something. Not every Judite looks exactly the same in 2018, you monkey. Okay, but anyway, use a effing devil, and though I tried to work with you, now I must reject your devil ass. Alright, my man, let's read the scriptures. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, right? Now, this is the angel breaking down the dream. Yeah? When you go up, right? Ezra's dreamed a dream. Yeah? He dreamed a dream. Now, the angel came and shewed him the interpretation of that dream. Yeah? This is the meaning of the vision. Alright? So, you can't then say, oh, it was a dream. No. The angel broke down the vision, the dream, to Ezra, and it's recorded. And what was within that breakdown? Excuse me. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 39. And whereas thou sawest that he being Yahushua, gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes, because the Lord is going to save an elect out of all the tribes of Israel, out of the northern and southern kingdom, and make both kingdoms into one. Yeah, this is prophecy. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king. So that's just a dream, right? That never happened. This is the angel breaking down the dream, and you're going to come around and tell me it's just a dream. I mean, like, Jake, you too much, man. Israel's too much. Alright, then you want to, curse me out. Bro, what more do you want from me? It's breaking itself down, my man. Okay, I'm just reading it. Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria, so he's not real. Salmanassar the king of Israel isn't real. It was a dream, right? Led away captive. So him leading away the northern kingdom into captivity, that was all a dream. The angel didn't know what he was talking about. The angel was drunk or something, right? In your mind, right? It was a dream. It's made up. Come on, man. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came there into another land. Now he said, where are the ships? Yo, my man, what was they swimming? They were swimming for 1.5 years. Woo! Hey, if they were doing that, then there's some bad dudes. Because I can't swim for like... Nah, man. It ain't happening. I'll be dead. So they took they had their women and their children with them, and they swam. And where was this other land? But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Now, was mankind dwelling in Europe at the time? Yes. Was mankind dwelling in Africa at the time? Yes. Was mankind dwelling in so-called Asia at the time? Yes. Was mankind at the time dwelling in the Americas? No. Yeah? That's where they went, my man. That's how they got there. That's why there's people over there in the Americas when Columbus got there. Because they had gone over there where no man had dwelt before. Yeah? Over the waters, and it took them a year and a half to get there by ships. Yeah, because they didn't swim over the waters, and they didn't glide, and they didn't fly, and they sure as hell weren't using a rocket ship. Alright? But they took, there was no Air Emirates, my man. British Airways, American Airlines, alright? It wasn't none of that, okay? But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where neither mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. So what was they, swimming? You know, you gotta, I don't know what to say. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they be passed over. The Lord made the waters favorable for them to travel on them seas, man. So they didn't get caught up by no hurricanes or nothing like that. What I mean, I don't know. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region is called Asarif, which means another land. And that represents what? The Americas. Because the Americas is disconnected from the rest of the landmass of the planet. Alright? All other landmasses are pretty much connected. You can easily travel from Africa into Europe. There we go. Oh yeah, mama mia. Okay, you can just check this out. Look. You see here, this is the middle of this realm. Yeah, you had people in Europe. You can walk. Look, see, it's all connected. Yeah, it's all connected. This over here, not connected. You gotta take boat. Yeah, you gotta take boat if you're gonna go over here. Can't walk it. There's only one route, baby. This is where they went. This is where the 10 tribes went. And Christopher Columbus knew that, man. And there's plenty of history to back up all the Hebrew customs that the natives of the Americas had when Columbus and that got there. So I don't know what you talking about. But you know, it is what it is. You gotta have demons out there to try and scatter the sheep. But get this, man. Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And who's going to be sifted out from the house of Israel, from among the nations? The elect. And they're going to be sifted out by this song that we're singing. And part of the song is that the Native American Indians, man, the natives of the Americas are Israelites, man. And at the end of the day, man, my sheep hear my voice, man. Isaiah 43:6. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep back, keep not back. Bring my sons from far, my sons, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. And the sons and the daughters is talking about here is the elect, which is going to compromise also of what? The 10 tribes. And how is your lineage of a tribe determined? By your father. And that's the bottom line. Okay. For you WCW, oh no, you WWE fans out there, that's the bottom line, man. See if I can hit the comment board. I ain't really got it. By the way, if you wanna learn more about the Northern Kingdom as they are today, this is a great channel. Yahushua is coming back. Great channel, great title. The brothers down there in Mississippi, a war and Kazakh, these other brothers, right? They got loads of videos going into information about the Americas and them being Israelites, man. There's plenty of information these brothers been brought out, man. Okay, so search and ye shall find. This is a good channel for that. Another good channel if it's not been taken down. Let me have a look at my playlist. Actually, it might be. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good playlist here. 12 lost tribes of Israel found, 42 videos. Good information there. Let me see if that channel's still up. I made this channel years ago. I don't even. But last time I went on there, man, they took down a lot of them videos, man. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on this channel too. Hopefully they're still up. Internet is hella slow. I need to. Oh man, that's no good. That's no good. Yeah. Israelites came to America long. Yeah, so check this channel out too. All right. And you know, in the spirit, man, look. Let me play this video, man. It's all spiritual because the tribes are coming together and are teaching the truth, man. That's how you know. These brothers here in LA, the LA camps got brothers from all the tribes.
Isaiah 11 and 13, Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
Isaiah 11 and 13, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
And Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Isaías 11 y 13, Efraín no tendrá envidia de Judá.
Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
You got them brothers out there, you know, preaching the word of the Lord in Spanish and all that. So, man, look, you see guys like this, man, they're just gonna be left behind. Okay, they're just feral. They're just feral, man. Feral Israelites. So, hopefully, you brothers was edified. Do some more research. You know, get the understanding for yourself. But I'll repeat and I'll repeat it again, man. As the scripture says,